Hello and welcome back to this video looking at my autograph collection. Looking at the next 10 autographs that I've got on my blog, so we'll crack straight on and start with Dave Prowse. Dave, if anyone's been to a comic convention in the UK or even beyond the UK, Dave is a stalwart. He's in every convention under the sun. For those who don't know who Dave Prowse is, well, but there we go. Dave played Darth Vader in the original Star Wars films. He was also in A Clockwork Orange, Doctor Who, and a number of other films and TV series. But I met Dave at Cardiff Film and Comic Con 15. Been wanting to get an autograph from him for a while, hadn't got around to doing it, so this was my opportunity. So I went and got this picture signed as Darth Vader. Here's a picture of Dave signing the autograph for me. I always ask the celebs if they'd mind if I take a picture while they're signing for the blog, and 9 times out of 10 they've got no issue with it at all, which is really cool. Yes, I got this one signed. He always signs it exactly the same. All of his autographs, he signs your name and then he puts Dave Prowse is Darth Vader. Really like this one, really cool, and really pleased to finally get my Dave Prowse autograph for my collection, so that was really cool. At the same comic convention, I also got this autograph from Christina Logan, who was in Terminator 3 and also TV series such as The L Word. Really like this picture. I love this picture a lot of Christiana with Arnold Schwarzenegger from Terminator 3. I mean, obviously it's not a great film, but it's cool. She was a Terminator. There's a picture of her with Arnie. It's a nice picture, a nice autograph. And again, I've got a picture of Christiana signing the autograph for me, which is really cool. Recommend it if you're collecting autographs and you go and get an autograph at a convention. I do recommend you just asking the person who's signing it. You know, do you mind if I take a picture for my blog, website, whatever? 9 times out of 10 they don't say no, which is great. But it's a nice extra thing to have with the autograph to show that you had it signed in person. I normally do like a photo burst and then take a load of pictures of them as they're signing through it and then pick the best one from the selection, and that's what I did here. So really cool and a really nice autograph from Christina Logan. The next autograph here is from Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead in the Hellraiser movie. He's in quite a lot of other films as well, but probably best known as Pinhead in the original Hellraiser series. I actually bought this one from Doug's website. It's very, very cheap. I think he charges like £5 for this picture. It's only a small sort of, 6x4 or whatever it is. I did ask cheekily if he could personalise it for me. You'll see here he signed it on the front in silver pen, and it actually hasn't come out particularly well. He signed it, but it didn't come out brilliantly on there. So what he's also done is he's also signed the back of it as well, and he's put to Carl, greetings from hell, I'll tear your soul apart, Doug Bradley. I asked for the I'll tear your soul apart bit, and he's added greetings from hell. So actually, although the front of it hasn't come out brilliantly because the autograph is not hugely clear, it's worth it for what he's written on the back. I think that's a really nice autograph and one for the horror collection, definitely. So that's really cool. Just reached the top of that page, so I'm just going to pause this for a second while we jump on to the next autograph. And this is the next autograph we're going to look at. It's from Bella Emberg. Now, she's probably not known really outside of the UK. She's best known as the sort of partner for Russ Abbott in the Russ Abbott Show, which was on TV quite a lot during the sort of 80s and sort of into the beginning of the 90s. She played Blunder Woman to his character Cooperman, and that's the image that you've got here. This is the image I sent through to her to get signed. But she's also been in Doctor Who as well a couple of times, I think, and she's also been cut out of Doctor Who a couple of times as well. Her character never made it in, but she has been in the Doctor Who series. But I like this picture of her as Blunder Woman. So that's cool. So she signed that and returned it back to me. She also sent her own photo, which is a much more up-to-date one. It had a lovely inscription on it, but unfortunately she used a silver pen, which, although it's worked okay on my photograph I sent her, on the image she sent me, unfortunately the silver pen's all but rubbed off, so you can just see the writing on there. But it's almost unreadable now. Unfortunately, it has rubbed off. What she did also send me, which is super cool, and this doesn't happen very often, but this is brilliant, is she actually sent me a really long letter with loads of information on it. She talks about how much she's enjoying Doctor Who, her favourite Doctor was, the episodes that she was in, including the ones that have been cut out. She's written a lovely long letter, which is fantastic. That was absolutely brilliant. I was thrilled to bits with that, because I know I've said in previous videos, but it's really nice when you get something, something a little extra from an actor or an actress that you write to. So that was really cool. Sent via her agent, but really, really nice lady to write to. The next autograph I've got is from Ronnie Corbett. Ronnie's best known for the TV series, probably The Two Ronnies, and also things like Sorry as well. He was one half of the Two Ronnies. Ronnie Barker sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but Ronnie's still going and recently started or recently brought out a sort of a one-off, the One Ronnie show as well, which was an update of all the sketches that he did during his Two Ronnies time. He's an icon of British television, essentially. And I had to get this. This is really cool. I was going to send my own picture to him, but I didn't in the end, because I knew that he supplied quite a nice picture of himself. So I've actually just wrote to him and got this picture back via his agent. But I think what I may do is I may write to Ronnie again and send a picture, perhaps from the Two Ronnie show, and get something signed again by him. But that's really cool, a really nice one to get from Ronnie Corbett. You can probably see a theme running here. The theme is sort of 80s and 90s British comedy people at the moment I seem to be writing. So we had Bella Emberg, and we had Ronnie Corbett, and now I've got Jimmy Cricket. Again, I imagine Jimmy's not going to be known outside of the UK at all. He's an Irish comedian, very famous during the sort of the 80s, with his catchphrase, "Come here, there's more." I hope you enjoyed that one. For those who know Jimmy Cricket, I'm sure it was way off the mark, but again, I just thought it was really cool to write to these comedians who were sort of a huge thing back in the day and kind of disappeared a little bit from TV, but certainly stick in my mind in terms of comedians I used to watch when I was a young lad. So I wrote to Jimmy via his agent, and I sent a photograph off, and I actually got two back. I got this one back, which he supplied, and I actually got this one, which I sent to him as well. So I got the two pictures from him. Again, which is really cool. It's nice to have these sort of people from your past as part of your collection, so really happy with that one from Jimmy Cricket. The next autograph I was thrilled to bits with, absolutely love it. It's Ruth Wilson, who's most recently been in The Affair, the American TV series The Affair, but she was in things like Saving Mr. Banks as well, so she's quite a big star in America now. This is probably about the second or third person I wrote to when I started my re-autographing back in about 2013-ish, whenever it was. This took ages to come back. It took about 2 years, I think. I never sent a photograph, and to be honest, I never expected to hear back from her because it took so long, and then this arrived in the post. Lovely picture. I don't know what series it's from. It's obviously some sort of period drama piece. But fantastic to get this response back from Ruth, considering how big a star she is at the moment with the popularity of the Affair. Like I've said, sort of a word of note: if you're going to write to Ruth, do expect a long wait to hear back from her, because she's not got quite quick turnaround. But brilliant picture. Really, really pleased to get that one back. The next autograph set I've got is from the absolutely fantastic Mr. John Hurt, who played the War Doctor in Doctor Who, and is probably also most famous, or as famous, for playing Joseph Merrick, the Elephant Man. I sent 3 pictures to John to be signed because I'd seen some responses coming back saying he was a very good signer. He was quite quick turnaround in terms of getting responses back. So I risked it, and I sent one of the signed pictures I had back from David Tennant to him, which you can see he has signed, which is fantastic. I also sent this picture of the Elephant Man. That's him under that makeup, and he signed that for me. And I also sent this picture of the War Doctor as well, which he signed, which is really cool. John has unfortunately recently been suffering from cancer, although I think, as far as I'm aware, he is in remission and certainly on the mend now, which is fantastic news. So it's really, really good to get this from John, a huge Doctor Who fan. I actually wrote a dissertation piece, or a part of a dissertation piece, on the Elephant Man, would you believe? So it's really cool to get this signed Elephant Man one back as well. So another massive addition to my Doctor Who collection, and I'm really, really pleased with this response. Next autograph is from Danny Dyer, from films such as The Dog House and The Hooligan Factory, but most recently he's playing Mick Carter in the British TV series EastEnders. I wrote to Danny via the EastEnders address, which you can find pretty much anywhere. It's not that hard to find. nobody was really getting responses from him. And then suddenly this one came back in the post for me. Quite a long time it took to come back as well. And then I've seen quite a glut of responses since, so he must just get them in batches and sign them every so often in batches. So yeah, he's in EastEnders at the moment, but he's most famous for sort of his Cockney wide boy effing and jeffing in series like The Hooligan Factory. But again, really cool to get one back from Danny, because he seems to be doing very well in EastEnders at the moment. And the very last one for this video is Liz Fraser. Liz is probably best known as a star of the Carry On TV series. You'll see quite a few Carry On ones as we work our way through the videos. I know we've already looked at in a previous video. We've already looked at June Whitfield and a number of other actresses as well, Barbara Windsor, etc. I wrote to Liz. This took a little while to come back. The signature's a little bit faded at the bottom. She wrote it in biro, and I think it's kind of smudged and faded a wee bit, but that's cool. It's a lovely picture of her. It was really hard to track down a picture of her actually that was of good enough quality to print out, but happy with this one via her agent on fanmail.biz. And I'm going to stop there because we're hitting the 11-minute mark. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you again for the next one.